How did I not get electrocuted? I'm kind of freaking out. Well.
So we left Shanghai on an early morning flight and flew to Bangkok. And I remember feeling two things at the same time. On one hand, I was really excited to start this new chapter, and on the other, I was a little sad closing the first one.
We officially left China, which was really sad until we arrived here. It's kind of chaotic, but in a fun way. Today we're just gonna walk around a little bit, go to bed early tonight because tomorrow morning we want to go early to the temples because at night we have to work. This whole trip to Thailand is all about having fun and calming down and working, doing our thing. So very excited.
We only spent a short time in Bangkok, and honestly, we were kind of lost. From what I've heard, that's pretty much a universal first-time Bangkok experience. But in the end, we found our way to this beautiful rooftop and then wandered through a night market.
So we went back to the hotel pretty early because last night I literally didn't sleep. I've been dealing with some insomnia ever since that we came to Shanghai. So we went back to the hotel and I wanted to charge my phone. And like, it exploded in my hand and this happened. My whole hand was black. I don't know if you can see it now. It's still a little black. I couldn't wash all of it off. It didn't hurt, but all the outlets are out now. So we're probably gonna have to change rooms. Like, how did I not get electrocuted? Anyway, what I was saying is like, Thailand is absolutely everything that you see in the movies. I don't know if you've seen White Lotus, but you can absolutely compare it to that.
I had a bit of trouble getting up that morning, but it was completely worth it. And let's be honest, before coming here, I didn't know much about Thai culture yet. Seeing the temples and the palace was kind of overwhelming in the best way. We just wandered around, listened to an audio tour, and slowly started to understand more of what we were seeing. Thailand has such a rich history, and you really feel it when you're there. Especially being in the temples, I think you learn that there's so much more to the Thai culture than at least I knew. People are kind, so kind. The weather is obviously beautiful and maybe that helps, but everybody helps each other out and smiles at you. I don't know, it just made me happy and peaceful to be here.
This morning we got up pretty early just so we could go and explore a little bit because first of all it was gonna be super hot and second of all we wanted to work later in the afternoon. You see how beautiful all the buildings and the temples and the castles were. I didn't think that Bangkok was gonna be this gorgeous. I'm so as white as my skirt at this point.
I had to mentally prepare for that plane ride because look at how tiny this plane is. Scared and excited at the same time, we flew to Koh Samui.
We just landed. The plane wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. We are in Koh Samui right now, but we're going straight through to Koh Phangan. and I can't wait. It looks like heaven, and everybody here looks so relaxed, and I so can. So I can't wait to just settle in.
We arrived at our resort, and let me tell you this, it was a little piece of heaven. This really felt like the place where we could slow down a bit, settle into a routine, work properly, and enjoy being in this gorgeous place.
I kind of did not see coming how beautiful it is here. I was kind of afraid, to be honest, for this location because we've been staying in such beautiful hotels that I was kind of afraid that this would be horrible, but it's beautiful. I never really pictured myself as an island girl. I spent a lot of time in New York, so I always kind of thought that I was a city girl, but who knows, maybe I'll change my mind. It is a hotel. I thought it was like an Airbnb. I have to say my boyfriend took care of most of the booking. He takes care of most things. He is honestly amazing. You saw the clip before that he was carrying all my suitcases. Like, he treats me like a fucking princess. So grateful for him.
Scramble.
Good morning. We've been up for about an hour. Started writing again. I love writing because I feel like getting all my feelings down on paper just gets them out of my mind, and I think a lot. So that's what I did first, and then answered all of the text. Yeah, now we have some breakfast, and then after this we're gonna get to work. I promised you to tell you a little bit more about what I learned during this trip and what really works for us and what really doesn't. We're in very early stages of building our businesses. We need to work at least a little bit every day. What we really struggle with are the days that we are in a place for just a very short amount of time, like we were in Bangkok. I see a fucking huge wasp. I'm afraid of one thing, it's wasps and it's bees. These are so huge. There's nowhere I can go. I'm kind of freaking out. When I was super young, I got stung by a wasp. I'm gonna go inside now. I'm not great with the animals. Not great is an understatement. I'm horrible with the animals. It's gone, I think. I'm gonna run inside. Well, okay, what worked for us and what didn't work for us. It didn't work to just be somewhere, especially during the week, for a short amount of time. If you travel and you're working for your own company at the same time, it just doesn't work to be somewhere where you only have a very short amount of time to see things, but you need to fix this and this at the same time because you can't enjoy it. There's always that little voice in your mind that says, what if you're missing something? And when we were in places for a longer time, then that was finally the first time that we actually calmed down and could breathe. I would prefer to stay somewhere a really long time, like a month or 3 months.
There is so much more that I could tell you about the past few months, but sometimes it's hard to know whether the way you feel comes from traveling, from work, from missing people or just your body doing its thing. It all kind of blends together. What I do know is being on this island felt different. It was quiet and peaceful. I felt free, relaxed, like suddenly I had all the time in the world. And that's not really how I usually feel, if ever.
Good morning. We are going to drive around a little bit and explore the island because tonight we need to work. I think we're just gonna go to a beach if we see a nice one, something like that. We are going to a different part of the island. We have to take a cab because we kind of probably want to drink something and we're not gonna obviously go on the scooter. I don't think you can ever get bored of this. We were just dropped off by the taxi at this beach club location, but it is 11 o'clock, super early. Nobody's here. It's a little confusing for us still, this island, because it's just a little unclear where the fun things are and if they're like kind of little villages or something. Like, we haven't seen anything like that. We do understand now the reason why people take scooters, because it's so much easier to explore, and we probably should have taken a scooter today to just drive around. We are waiting in a hostel right now. I think we're just gonna go home. There's not much to do here. Being here is like just going to the beach, working in the daytime, I think, and then once the sun goes down, that's when like people come to life, I think. I just drove here by scooter. I had very briefly a scooter back home, but in the Netherlands everything is flat, so it's a very different drive. And my boyfriend pictured us dying the whole time, so just showered and came from the beach. It was beautiful over there, and now we are leaving again. We are all dressed and ready for the night, so I'm very excited to see what this is all gonna be about. We are at Amsterdam Rooftop Bar. It's a very interesting vibe. The next location we're staying in, we're a little closer to this area, and there are a lot of bars like this, so I'm really excited for that as well. Yeah. Oh.
Welcome back to practice a quick morning yoga flow to
Good morning. It's a Sunday morning. It's a late start, but we're gonna get some work done today, and then we're gonna go to a little market that we saw on TikTok.
Ja, en dan kan je bijvoorbeeld...
Just ordering a quick little lunch and continue editing the vlog. It's honestly probably my favorite thing to do during like the week.
I don't really know how long this peaceful phase will last. And for once, I'm okay with that. Right now, this feels enough. Being here, working, letting things unfold a little more naturally. Maybe that's what this chapter is about. Not rushing ahead, not fixing everything, just allowing myself to be here.
We had dinner. Sunset was so beautiful, but we didn't see all of it because we were still on our way. We weren't very sure about where to go. We drove by a market kind of, and it was super full. So I think we finally found some entertaining areas. So I'm very excited to see what next week will bring. And yes, I'm gonna close off this vlog. Thank you so much for being here, and see you at the next one.